Hey there, everybody. Today's my birthday, which is a pretty crappy one right now, kind of. But anyways, I'll talk about a pretty, not really a good movie. It's kind of, I would say mediocre at best. It's kind of, uh, well, we'll get Rotten Tomatoes. Look at how much it gives it. 22%. Yeah, that bad. And yet this one has like 0.5 out of 10. 6 out of 10. Also, you have already forgotten this movie existed? Yeah, I don't blame you. Nobody remembers this movie existed. I used to play Rachet and Clank in the video game as a kid. Most likely the sequel, it's not the first one. It has famous actors like Sylvester Stallone, John Goodman, Paul Riley, Rosio, Duran, Dave Lane, James Ronald as the voice of Ratchet, and Dome, blah 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 blah. Okay, if I'm gonna say all the cast, we're gonna be here all day. The basic plot of the Ratchet and Clank movie is about, well, Ratchet himself is getting tired of living on a dumpy desert planet that he built hacking vehicles for people. Despite the main character himself, was supposed to be the main star of the movie, but he doesn't do much action until like halfway into the movie. And Clank was, well, in the video game he was created, factoring in meets Ratchet himself later on in the game. But in the movie he saves him from the evil mad scientist Dr. Nefarious, Victor, and Durak, a rich billionaire, evil president that wants to destroy all planets to build his new, So it's up to Rachet and Clank, another main character from the video game, Captain Quark himself, who turns against them later on in the movie, but turns good again, and to save the day. I will not give too much away. This is going to be a pretty short, simple review. Those of you are huge Rachet and Clank fans, you might easily forget this movie existed. The animation's not half bad, but it almost feels randomly pointless that this movie didn't need to exist, but that they made lots of money off it. Not that I would say the animation's not terrible, it seems okay. It's kind of, low side of it being half as good as it needs to be. So I will not do like a full movie review of this one, and to see the film for yourself. Also, it's kind of random that they have put Dr. Nefarious in this movie, despite he only first appeared in the third of the franchise, the video game series. And yes, the villain called Lorak did first appear as the main villain of the first game. So it's unfortunate that Rachet and Clank don't get to fight him in the movie, but just face Dr. Nefarious himself, who's a mad scientist, and would get picked on by Quark in the third game of the franchise. But he doesn't turn into a robot till during the end credit of the movie, post-credit. Plus, he did not look like a green alien, but a human version of himself. There's been like lots of movies based on video games could be rather good or bad. This one is not one of Sony's best movies out there. Sure, some of the voice casting is not that bad, but the main hero, called Ratchet is kind of dull, bland hero. Tries to be funny, but in most parts it does become hilarious. But I kind of like how they did a video game based on the movie. Actually, the game first came out before the movie was released. It has better cutscenes than the actual film um, existed. And someone put the words, "A Jane Clank movie sucked." Those words cannot improve on how much this movie improves. Proves that most games based on movies can be a good idea or bad idea. Especially the Street Fighter live action movie wasn't all that good either. Or the live action Super Mario Bros. Movie, based on the video game series, was not all that great either. And it existed for obvious reasons: money, and grabbing, and greedy hacks. It just depends if you really like Rachet and Clank thinks video games are better than the actual movie itself. You might easily forget that this movie existed in actual timeline, and the story plot almost makes no sense whatsoever. It sure does have some action in it, but it does take a long time, and it feels like some of the actors wasted their talent in this film. So if you are a huge Ratchet and Clank film, you might actually like watching, well, basically play the game better than the actual movie itself. I would not say this is one of the most worst movies they ever made so far. It's kind of almost pointless to exist because they want to make lots of money based off the franchise. Sure, kids won't like it. Most teenagers and adults that might watch this movie won't think it's not all that good of a film. Sure, they have like beautiful looking backgrounds. Sure, the character designs look great. They have like a few Easter eggs, like Sly Cooper and Jack and Dexter, which we'll never know if they're gonna make those into movies in the future someday. But yeah, this will be easily hidden under the rug with other films, like games. Movies based on video games can be pretty good or rather pretty bad. So, Ratchet and Clank, the movie is not the best film they ever spend their money on. Sure, it's released on Blu-ray and DVD, but you'll pretty much, easily forget this thing existed. Sure, you'll say, "Well, this movie is pretty good, how dare you say that?" And you'll be thinking, "Oh, it wasn't all that bad, it's not like the best this movie that came out in 2016. Sure, they tried their best to make it half as good as it seems. No, you know what? It doesn't matter. It's just pretty much how it is when people cannot make a pretty good storyline based off the video game franchise. Just because they have to spend all their money doing a movie based off video game doesn't mean you can try even harder to make it all that interesting to have great celebrity actors. There's like Sylvester Stallone playing a big dumb robot that's menacingly evil and scary. Which, fun fact, he did appear in the old Ratchet and Clank game, which I just looked it up before. I would not say these characters are not the worst first to come out of the Ratchet and Clank franchise, but they try their best to make it look like it's worth their money. But I would say, if you like playing the old games better, then go ahead and give them a try. This one will be left underneath somebody's fridge until it rots. That's underneath like a old rolled up moldy cheese that's been underneath fit for far too long and gets thrown down in the dumpster or the other trash. In other words, this movie wasn't all that super good. It's just mediocre at best. It's kind of nah. It didn't need to exist it anyways. So, trying to show too many creds of the Rachet and Clank movie, so if you like the games better, then spend your money playing the other ones. This movie, stay far away from it as much as possible. Just seems like a huge waste of time and opportunity to great actors. I mean, if you like this movie, good for you. If not, then you just don't feel like it. So play the game that's based off the before the movie was released. Play that one instead of this heap of trash-orama. That's all I get to say about this movie, and I'm glad you listened to my long review of it for 12 whole minutes, and me talking about it, and save you enough time and money. So, thank you all for enjoying my happy birthday review of Rachet and Clank the movie. So I give this one a 5.1 out of 10. Not a great movie, just a huge disappointment. See you all next time, folks. Thank you all for watching.